What is up guys, welcome to Boomer Base. Today I'm here for another Hazbin Hotel video where I am going to talk about my predictions and some of my wants for Season 2. Now, full disclaimer, at the point of this recording I haven't watched Helluvaboss yet. I have only seen the pilot, so anything that I talk or discuss won't have any influence from what we've seen from Helluvaboss, if it does play any part at all. So just wanted you to be aware of that going forward. But without further ado, let's get cracking and let's get to the part that everyone wants to hear. So going forward, I'm going to break down things into predictions and sort of wishes, and they'll kind of almost fall together at most times. But some of the big sort of things that we're wondering as a whole, again, I've not watched anything to do with any Season 2 predictions or looked at anything Reddit-wise or anything like that. These are just my sort of rough, raw thoughts of my predictions and wishes for Season 2. So, as mentioned in my Hazbin Hotel video, you know, a lot of the big things going forward are what's going to happen now that there's a new Hazbin Hotel. Is this going to be something that not only makes the Hazbin Hotel a more profound and, we'll go with, prestigious place? Does this mean that we'll have more guests to come? Will this become a haven for some demons? Will this become like a safe haven for Emily to travel down from heaven? Who knows? Will this be kind of, you know, like the Fort Knox for battling against the angels and things going forward, or just the incoming villains? I certainly enjoy the new look of the Hazbin Hotel. I think it maybe looks a bit too flashy if I had to be nitpicky and things, but I certainly hope that we get to see a few new guests, whether that's just other rogue demons and things, or maybe we get to see other characters that we've already met so far, like Cherry Bomb, that might join the Hazbin Hotel. But certainly just going forward and seeing what the new Hazbin Hotel is going to bring is something that I'm excited for. I do hope that it retains its original purpose to redeem the sinners into heaven, but I do feel that now it's got its big glow up, and especially having Lucifer now, it will be a sort of a different ball game. I do think it might potentially lose some of the heart that we had for it and what it was wanting to be in Season 1. I do think that Charlie's going to have to change her ways a little bit going forward now that the stakes are much, much higher now. One of the other and biggest and alarming things that happened at the end, after a good old cry with Serpentius dying, I was very, very sad, but to then see him pop up at the very end in heaven, what seems to be redeemed, was a very, very cool thing. Now, I am, you know, a little bit worried with this sort of aspect, only for Serpentius's character at least. I'm very happy that he hasn't stayed like fully dead, if you like, as he was a character that, you know, I kind of half liked at the beginning and certainly grew to love a lot more as the show developed and things. But now that he has been redeemed, or with what seems to be redeemed, I'm worried that his character might change dramatically. I'm worried that he might go from something like his original character of wanting to just have more friends and family to kind of taking that celebrity status maybe a bit too far, if that's how they go with it. I'm hoping that Emily would form a bigger bond with Serpentius maybe, but I am worried that his character will change from being a joke almost, or like a joke and wanted to be loved by everyone, to something that's the complete opposite, that for me would ruin his character. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. I hope he further develops in his character and we get to see him still help Charlie and co down at the Hazbin Hotel, or I wonder if he'll be restricted and maybe Sarah will lock him away, or he'll be restricted from doing anything or even being able to provide help. These things I don't know, but it's one thing that I'm sure a lot of people are concerned / worried for. But overall, positive vibes for Serpentius, as he did get what seems to be redeemed. So a positive for his character on what was a very somber note where I did think he had died. So very, very cool for him. One of the probably the big questions that a lot of people are wondering and asking are who's the main villain going to be for next season? You know, we got the end credit bit with Loot and Lilith. You know, we've got the sort of setup of it going to be the V's. Now, I think currently as it stands, the V's don't really stand a chance against, you know, Charlie and the Hazbin crew, especially if Charlie goes more into her, you know, princess demon powers, if you like, and with Lucifer backing him up. I think Alistair is powerful enough where he can go toe-to-toe with the television demon, whose name just escapes me entirely. And I think he has enough power to go toe-to-toe and beat him. But obviously Valentino and Angel Dust will cause a bit of a gumption, and I reckon the other lady from the V's, whose, again, name I actually can't remember, I reckon she will prove more, you know, she'll be more than her bark and her bite, or whatever the... Wow, I'm terrible at words. She will prove more challenging than I reckon they will anticipate. I think, you know, we would all like to think that maybe Vaggie could fight her and go toe-to-toe and win, but I reckon even that will be too much for her. And it's certainly going to be a very hard thing for Angel Dust. I think he's going to then be put in a very tough position and might end up going over to the V side for a little bit. That's something that I do wonder whether Angel Dust might actually leave if Valentino pulls on his sort of deal a lot more. Alongside that, I do wish to hopefully see Angel Dust released from his deal, or the deal broken, or hopefully if Valentino dies, he's freed from that. That would be a very, very positive thing for me to see in Season 2. Now, I do think that maybe Lilith will be that sort of hidden villain. I don't know whether she has betrayed her family, and this is why, you know, Adam was hell-bent on destroying them, or whether it's going to be one of those things where she's betrayed and is going to continue and be the villain, or if it's going to be one of those double bluff things where she, you know, pretends to be nice and then is the actual villain, even though maybe she was trying to protect her family. It could have all sorts of routes. I like that at least a moment for me, having seen nothing to do with any spoilers or, you know, first looks at Season 2, that these are the thoughts in my head, and I like that it doesn't really point to any which way. It does look that maybe Lilith had some form of deal with Adam and Loot, but I don't know. I do think that overall it could be a thing where Loot and Sarah could end up being the hidden villains, if you like. When all is said and done in Season 2, they will be the ones that are on top. I think Loot has a lot of potential and was very, very cool. I don't know what's going to happen with the dynamic between Loot and Adam going forward. I don't know whether Adam is fully dead, or if there is a god in this show would allow Adam the First Man to die, or anything like that. But this is something that could be a very cool concept going forwards in Season 2. Would Adam be fed up now that he's a demon and try seek revenge after something along the lines of he feels that he shouldn't have been sent to hell, and it's just sort of he might join the party and rise back up? I don't know. I think Adam's character is loved enough where we should still see him going forward. So I'm excited to at least see him from my wish. I am very much wanting Emily to rebel against Sarah. I think this is something that a lot of people want. I want Emily and Charlie to spend a lot of time together. I'm wanting them to sort of form a very, very cool bond and maybe have that sort of Vaggie jealous dynamic. I don't think Charlie would ever cheat on Vaggie, but I think there will be that sort of three-way love triangle dynamic going on. Obviously, there are a lot of people that want Husk and Angel Dust to get together or develop this sort of flirtatious relationship that's going on. I am indefinite. If it happens, all good, but it's not one of the main things I'm wanting at all, or, you know, necessarily need. I do wonder, going along back to Adam, if he will be a potential guest at the hotel to try and get back to heaven, now that he potentially knows that it is possible to get redeemed with Serpentius. I do hope we get to see more of Husk's backstory, learn, you know, a bit more about him. I would like to know a bit more about Nifty as well, and maybe see a bit more of Husk's Overlord days. That would certainly be something very, very cool. I would like to see more of the Alistair versus Vox stuff. Vox, that's his name, the television demon. I'd like to see more with Alistair and Vox, as I liked their kind of very, like, it was almost like Goku Vegeta sort of style to me to compare an anime, although Alistair, it's more like Vegeta versus Vegeta, but I did like the dynamic and the rivalry that they did have. That was something that I enjoyed as well. I do wonder, as they did bring up a big point with Alistair and smiling and faking that smile, I do wonder if that smile might disappear, or if Alistair might betray the hotel. Although if it goes along that route, I don't know if that will happen until the very, very end, where it'll be maybe a climactic ending. I don't know if Eve is an actual thing in this world, but it would be cool to see Eve, or maybe have her make an appearance, whether that's like the sort of Lilith post-credit thing. That would certainly be something cool. The V's will look to be the primary focused villain, with Lilith as an undershadow, but I think maybe Sarah and Luke may be pulling more strings than we might expect, but I'm certainly hoping so. I do hope that after our very lovely ending with Serpentius and Cherry Bomb, that we do get some longing from Cherry, and that her character develops, and maybe they can sort of maintain some form of relationship going forward. Something long distance like, if possible. I don't know. I hope she doesn't end up going down a different rabbit hole of becoming upset that she now didn't get to spend time with Serpentius and things. But again, all these things are sort of wants and predictions. I have no idea what's going to happen going forward. There's certainly a lot that can be wanted and desired, and I do think that at any remit, a lot of people will still be disappointed, as we'll probably want things that we might not get this season, or might not get for a couple seasons, or might not even get at all. But I think that at least the direction that I saw in Season 1, I still do have high hopes going forward, and I'm very excited for Season 2. I've seen a lot of things on my YouTube now to do with like first looks at Season 2, you know, a lot of things where it's like talking with the creator of Hazbin Hotel and discussing things, so I'm trying to stay clear as possible. I'll try watch any sort of first looks, or if they bring out any form of, you know, the first few minutes of Season 2 or something. But one thing that I think that's very important to remember and want to wish for more of is some more relationship scenes with Vaggie and Charlie. Now, I'm not asking for, you know, kissing and hugging in every episode, but we only saw a couple times where they even kissed and hugged throughout those 8 episodes, and it took me to about halfway through plus to even really clock that they were in a relationship, which I know might speak to myself more than anything, but I would like to see more Vaggie and Charlie scenes together. I also would really like to see more Charlie and Lucifer moments where they're developing their father-daughter relationship a lot more. More Than Anything is probably my favourite song, and I just want to see more of that. And then probably a point that I've not made yet is I want there to still consistently be absolutely banging songs. Do not stop making these songs. Do not, you know, I want 2 or 3 an episode type of thing. I want them all. I want to have more for my Hazbin Hotel song playlist. Like, that's a must-have. To be honest, I don't really care if Lilith and Charlie develop a relationship or not. Of course, it'd be nice, but at the moment, Lilith stands as too much of an anomaly to know whether her having any nice relationship moments could end up really hurting Charlie down the line and things. So I will keep myself reserved for any Charlie-Lilith moments. I would like to hopefully have Sarah die, or have some more development with the Seraphim, and maybe see some more of the Seraphim. Maybe now that Adam's died or become a demon potentially, we might see Eve pop up and things. Or I would like there to be a bit that's above the Seraphim, but before like God and stuff, like some other things like Metatron, I think God's Scribe. There's also like, you know, there's Michael and some of the other archangels and things like that. So it'd be cool to see some other of the big head honchos and things come into play. Overall, I want to see more fight scenes as well. I want to see more power-ups. I want to see more boss-ass Lucifer, as he was very, very cool and obviously is very, very powerful being Lucifer. I want to see more fight scenes. I want to see more guests at the hotel. I want to see a bigger family. And then, although I've only seen the pilot of Helluvaboss, I would like for them to be able to sort of join together in a way, sort of become almost one show, or feature in maybe some of the sort of final battles, if you like, or participate in some form of way. Getting to know some more of the 7 deadly sins, or seeing more of them, would certainly be cool. And maybe seeing more overlords as well. That would certainly be something very, very cool. Maybe mass production of angel weapons to form an uprising. I don't know. But at this moment in time, it's just rambling. But these are my sort of thoughts, predictions, wants and wishes for Season 2. I know it's a bit of a roller coaster with a lot of things going on, but hopefully you've enjoyed sort of my thoughts so far on Hazbin Hotel and what I hope is to come going forward. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for tuning into this episode. And above all else, thank you very much. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.